What an intro. Today is the day y'all have all been waiting for. How the Grinch stole Christmas with Matt Morrison. It's you guys, it's you. Can you believe it, Max? Can you believe it too? Guys, Twitter's I guess reaction to Matthew Morrison was very impressive and I'd say very funny. Talking to their future therapist about how Matthew Morrison can't hurt you. But guess what, guys? He can! He can. Positives. The production design was amazing. The sets, the costumes, the actors, it was amazing. This is based off of the musical that tours in America. I saw it like a decade ago. Don't remember it that much, but I liked it a lot. Patrick Page, who was the Grinch on Broadway, and he did it on tour. If he was in this production as the titular character, using some big language, this production would have been, I think, an instant classic. They love to stunt cast. They love to have Carrie Underwood, Christopher Walken. But to be quite honest with you, it seems like these stunt castings is what leads to the NBC musicals not having the best reviews or legacy. If you got lesser known Broadway talent, you might not get high viewership, but then people will come to expect more quality, and eventually over time, you will get those ratings because people just know that they're good, even though there's no big names attached to it. Matthew Morrison man, he is something else. I found his performance vastly entertaining. I think that, his performance, I don't even have words for it. It felt like he was trying out a bunch of different interpretations of the character and just put into one performance, and I think that's what made it so weird. You had the Morrison that was unsettling and disturbing in the way that the Grinch is supposed to be. He's just unsettling and disturbing because it's Matthew Morrison in green makeup. Then had the version of the Grinch that was Matthew Morrison pretending to, be sexy as the Grinch. And that did not translate well. It was like it's like when he was being sexy and trying to like hip thrusting and doing just weird things, it felt like a 40-year-old white man boomer who is trying to act cool, and it's just not. It's cringy. It's like, come on, guy. There were moments when I laughed, you know what I mean? Like, there were moments that I laughed, and when his heart grew 3 times bigger, I mean, I'm just gonna leave one Twitter thing, if I can find it, about what they thought he was doing. Some people thought he was taking a poop. Some people thought he was doing something else. It begins with an O, and it's with an M. It's done in the bedrooms, when you make babies. And when he was in that southern accent, I was like, Matt, what are you doing? Come on, Matt. Like, was the money not good enough, Matt? Was the drugs not worthy enough? Were the women not good enough? Huh? This was the most 2020 Grinch I think we could ever have gotten. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just gonna be memeable. You know what I mean? I feel like Matthew Morrison could have a career off of just weird performances. I think this is just gonna be known as disturbing and unsettling. Because there were times when you felt unsettled and disturbed, and there were other times when you cringed. And then there were just times when you laughed out loud. A very meta moment was when Matthew Morrison's The Grinch, he finished his song, One of a Kind. He goes off, and then he's like, oh, thank you. And then comes off a second time, oh, thank you. And the third time, it's like, oh, thank you. And then they drag him off, and he's like, oh, wait, I'm not going to get my Emmy nomination. I think that's one scene perfectly sums up what everyone was thinking when watching this. Matthew Morrison's performance was misguided. It was misguided, and I just don't know. He made some choices that I'm like, where did this come from? The first time where I'm like, this performance is truly one of a kind. Like, sub, comment, and Matthew Morrison for life.